Hi there. Today we are going to work on how to put data into Desmos to pull up a scatter plot. So the first thing I need everybody to do is go to desmos.com and pull the calculator up. Okay, this way you have your online calculator tool. Now, here is what the problems are going to look like right here. It's going to give us a table and we need to plot these points and graph them. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about is when I have a table, I'm going to pick the top to be the X, the bottom to be the Y. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it does, but like when they're given this, it really doesn't matter which one you choose to be what. A and B says, what's the independent? What's a dependent? Let's take a minute to review. Remember the thing that I told you, Dr. XY needs an ID to get in and out of the hospital, in and out. Here's domain is the X and the independent. So this, the X is going to be the independent. The range is the Y and the dependent. So right here, when it says, what's the dependent variable? We'll write Celsius. And the dependent will be Fahrenheit. Now, there'll be another video, and we'll do this in another class day, to how to find the equation for the line of best fit. But right now, all we're trying to do is go through and find out how to put this scatter plot into the calculator. So the first thing we're going to do is go into the calculator and put these in the Y and the X spots. So let's go here to Desmos. And where do you go to put this in the calculator? You're going to go to this X, or this little plus sign. Click on that. And then you're going to go down to table. Now, X1, that's where I'm going to put those X numbers right here, starting at 0, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. So let's go back and put in there 0, enter, 5, enter. Like I'm just using the the computer to do this. 25, enter, and 30. Then I'm going to click over here in the Y1 spot. And you're going to go and we're going to put these numbers right here. We're going to go put those in the Y spot. So what is that? 32, 41, and 50. Let's do that. 32, enter, 41, 50. All right, let's look at the other ones. 59, 68. 59, 68. 77 and 86, 77 and 86. So right now I'm going to pause for a second. I want all of you to try and put those in. Now, to graph it, if I go over here to my graph and I scroll out, the numbers are large. So right here, if you have to scroll out because they go all the way up here to 86. So we'll scroll, and all I'm doing is using my mouse and scrolling out, or you can go out and in to be able to see these right here. One of the things that's better is to be able to set your windows. And if you go there, set your window so that it's kind of zooms in exactly on your points. One way you can do that is you go to this little graph settings right here. And where it has X axis, look at these X numbers. These X numbers go from 0 to 30. And if you really want to be specific, let's go here. What is a number that is smaller than 0? What's the first number that's smaller than 0? -1. Let's see here if I can. There we go. Honestly, I'd go, it's going by fives. I'd go back to -5. You don't have to be that specific. And then for the larger number, see, because it's saying that your X number, this is really giving you your domain here. It's going from 0 to 30. I'm going to go up to 35. And you'll see the picture in just a minute. So let's talk about this again. I went up here to the wrench thing that says graph settings. When it says X axis, right here, I looked on my X numbers right here. The smallest X number is 0. So I went something smaller than 0. Since they were all going by 5s, I went back to -5. Then it went to 30. So I went 5 more ahead of it and went to 35. Now my y-axis, right here, what is the smallest I have for my y numbers? It's 32. So you want to pick any number that is smaller than 32. Honestly, a lot of times I choose, well, let's go anything less than 32. Let's go to 30. Sometimes I'll go even farther back and maybe just go to 20, whatever you want to use to be able to see your picture. Then the larger number goes here in the spot to the right, just like we do domain and range. The largest number up here, it goes up to 86. Let's go a little bit larger and go to 90. Now I'm going to click back on my graph. Now look at how nice my graph is. I can see and look at this equation right here. Okay. This is how we put our equation in the calculator. Or not our equation, but we graph our scatter plots. So let's clear this out and let's try this again. Let's go back here. I scrolled out and let's go and do the next one. So on the next one, if I don't just write on it, on the next one, here's my data. I'm going to use X for the year and Y for the cost, which means my independent variable is the year and my cost will be my dependent variable. So now let's go and put these in the calculator. Now, so you're going to use these numbers right here. So 1984 and 1987. Let's go into Desmos. Now remember, where do we go to get our table? You go to the plus sign, go to table here. My X numbers again, 1984, 1987. So let's go here, 1984, enter, 1987. I believe the next one was 1990. Please make sure you put those in there as we're going along. Let's see, 93 and 96. Maybe, I don't know if it hears me or, oh no, they're going up by 3 because that's how they started. See, if you look, it's looking for the pattern. Each 84 to 87, they're going up by 3s. So that's what it's naturally doing. Otherwise, you can just override it. Okay, so 2002, no. Let's see here. So the last one said 2003, so I got to fix that. Go over here and put 2003. So now then in the next spot, in the Y spot, I'm going to put these numbers. So I'm going to put 0.23 and 0.24, 0.23, enter, 0.24. Before I press enter, let me look at them again. 26 and 28. So enter, 0.26, enter, 0.28, enter. 30 and 32, 0.30, 0.32. And the next one is 0.37. All right, so now we have our data in here and we don't know what it is. We can't see it. So I can scroll out, press this little thing here, or what we'll probably have to do is go here to the settings. Now my X numbers right here, it's the lowest one is 1984. So let's go over here on the X axis and put 1980. The largest one is 2003. So why don't we go here and we're going to type in 2005. My Y numbers, look right here. It says 0.23. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to put 0. and it goes up to 0.37. So I'm going to go a little bit above it and go 0.40. And you can play with this in order to try and see what it looks like. But here is what my scatter plot would look like right here. That's the way you would put the data in there. So let's try another one. Let me press the X button right here. Let's go here, and on the next one, why don't you pause the video and try and put this data into the calculator, into Desmos, and then come back and see how you did. Okay, so let's remember. Where are we at? Let's go back here. I'm going to click the plus sign, the table. As you look here, this is going to be my X. This is going to be my Y. So my X values right here, we're going to put this in for the X. So we're going to go 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 12, starting at 4. So I'm going to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Oh, no, 13. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. Then you're going to do these numbers down here for the Y values. So we're going to put those in. So I've got 212, 212, 214. So let's do that. So I've got, click up here, I've got 212, enter, 212, enter, 214. And yes, you can have numbers repeat. That is fine. 224 and 235. 224, 235, 261 and 265, 270, and the next one is 334. Now, to try and graph it, right? You can zoom out as we're doing this, or let's go, it's easier to go up here to graph settings. The smallest X number is 4. So anytime it's real close like that, I would go down here and put 0. Then the largest X number goes to 12 with something bigger. I'm going to go to 15. My Y numbers, my smallest Y number is 212. So let's go to, let's do 200. Let's see here. And my largest number goes to 334. So let's go to 340. Now, as I click and I look, here's my data. This is the scatter plot that I'm looking for us to be able to find our trend lines. And we're going to figure out how to do that on the next lesson.